Hey guys, it's Chris Lemick at True Nature Hypnotherapy. I help people to heal and release past traumas, release shame, and just live a generally happier, more enjoyable life by connecting to your higher self through hypnosis. Today I want to talk a little bit about the vagus nerve and how to stimulate and activate the vagus nerve for just fantastic health benefits. Relaxation, rest, rejuvenation, these sorts of things that are deeply healing for your body and your mind. Because remember, the body and the mind are not separate systems, right? We know this, and modern science is catching up to this more and more. We are whole systems, we're whole and complete, our bodies and our minds, and actually the whole universe all around us. We are all just incredible, whole, complete web of consciousness and of life and experience. So stimulating the vagus nerve. What is the vagus nerve? It's the longest nerve in the parasympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system is that part of our nervous system that regulates our heart rate, our breathing. It's responsible for regulating our rest cycles, our cycles of rejuvenation and renewal, as opposed to our sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for that fight, flight, freeze response, right? So a lot of us in this modern age of high stress are overstimulated in our sympathetic nervous systems. They're on fire all the time. They're just constantly turned on and just pumping adrenaline and cortisols and all these stress hormones and chemicals into our body continuously. This is a huge component of illness of all kinds of chronic illness are caused by stress and anxiety. So by tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system, by stimulating the vagus nerve, we are able to better start to regulate our bodies, right? To regulate our nervous systems, to reset our bodies into a state of equilibrium and balance, which is really more of our natural state. So I'm just going to share a few techniques here for stimulating the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is something that interacts with and is influenced by and influences our ocular system, our breathing. It influences and is influenced by our tone of voice, so our sound and vocal movements. Our facial expressions are related to the vagus nerve. They kind of influence each other, and also I think heart rate I mentioned as well. So some really simple ways for stimulating the vagus nerve, and these have been known for centuries, millennia, but we're just sort of like rediscovering these ancient practices and techniques. But here's a really simple one. So let's kind of look at the eye movement ones first, and we'll kind of move through a couple here. So one that's really powerful that I've used for a long time, and I didn't even know for a long time that this is what it was doing, but it's called a divergent gaze, right? So what you want to do is you want to pick a spot, a point, maybe on the opposite wall of the room that you're sitting in, or even further distance if you're sitting outside, and just pick that spot, and then just allow your field of vision to expand out. Okay, so just keep on widening it further and further out, so you feel actually your eyes starting to move, almost like they're moving out into the left and right kind of hemispheres there, until you can just kind of imagine seeing all the way to the limits of your peripheral vision, and then just keep on kind of imagining that your eyes are pointing in those two different directions, right? And almost like you could see behind you. And as you do this, you're going to notice that when you kind of come out of this experience, do it for a minute or so, you're going to notice that your breathing is slowed, you're going to feel more relaxed. I've had people say find it difficult to actually use verbal expression, like they disconnect from that rational part of their brain. So they're kind of entering into this deep state of relaxation. So that's a really powerful one. Another one is rapid eye movements or bilateral eye movements, and this is something that is used in EMDR therapy to help to regulate the nervous system and to actually kind of reprogram trauma response. And what you can do is you don't have to do anything other than just kind of sit in a comfortable place and then just practice starting to move your eyes to the side, like to one side or the other. So it's kind of a weird feeling at first, but you're just moving your eyes back and forth, and your head, you want to keep your head kind of level, but it might start to move a little bit, but just keep doing that. It kind of feels, yeah, like I say, it feels a little weird, but as you do that more and more, and do that for 30 seconds or 45 seconds or so, until you just start to feel really relaxed, and it's stimulating that vagus nerve, stimulating that rest response, that calming, soothing response. So that's another one for the eye movements. Slow breathing is a really good one. So just deep breathing, deep belly breaths. In through the nose, really filling your lungs and expanding your belly. And you can even put your hands on your belly and put your hands on your chest and your belly at the same time even, and just really feel yourself filling your lungs and your abdomen with air, and letting yourself exhale, and even pushing down so you're exhaling all that air and breathing in again and letting that out, and just do that for several cycles of breath until you start to just feel that relaxation, that stimulation of the vagus nerve response materializes and manifests as relaxation and rest and ease. Another one is just simply smiling, right? So again, the vagus nerve is influenced by and influences our facial expressions. When we smile, and there's tons of studies that have been done on this, when we smile, we're actually releasing all sorts of happiness chemicals in our brain, even if the smile isn't genuine, right? Even if we're faking it. If you smile, you can't help but start to feel happy, even if you're in the shittiest mood of all time, even if you're at the, just kind of in the dumps, right? If you just stop and you smile, first of all, you're going to notice that you're not smiling if you're really, really bummed out and just self-absorbed and, really caught up in the seriousness of the moment. And if you stop and you start to smile, and you do that for a while, you'll start to feel that sort of that uplifting feeling, and that's stimulating the vagus nerve as well. So those are three techniques that I recommend that you use them. I've been using them a lot lately, just to experiment with and just for my own enjoyment. I use them when I'm, sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and my brain will start to wake up, and I'll use some of these techniques, and they really do help me to fall back into sleep, into that cycle of rest and rejuvenation. So again, my name is Chris Lemmig from True Nature Hypnotherapy. Please like this video, share it, bookmark it, put it in your playlist, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Let me know down in the comments how these exercises work for you, if you find them useful and valuable. And also, if you like to learn more about what I do or to book a private session with me, just go ahead and click on that link in the description. That'll take you to my Linktree page. And there's all kinds of links there that you can schedule time with me or just learn more about what I do. Okay, take care and be well.